King. That's Odetta King. She's a business professor at New York and a college and university. And I'm going to let her tell you more about herself. So, good morning to you, Miss King.
Good morning. Good morning. How are you?
I am pretty good. And thank you so much for coming in today and talking with me.
Thank you for having me.
All right. So, you are here to help us get money smart and get rich, so to speak, because you have this hashtag on your most recent book. This is why you're broke. And the hashtag is Let's Get Rich. So, first of all, tell us a little bit about yourself and then we will get into the conversation.
Awesome. So as you guys know, my name is Odetta King. I am 100% born and bred Guyanese. Grew up here in Georgetown, Guyana. So it's always exciting coming back home. And yeah, like, you know, some of us, I migrated to the States with my parents, and the apple has been a sweet apple for me.
Right.
You know, did the whole corporate thing, did the whole university stuff, and life is pretty good in the States. I cannot complain. I've been on top of my career, helping families with their money just naturally over the years. You know, some of us are spenders and some of us are savers.
Yep.
Even living in Guyana, I was a saver. I used to work at the French embassy or the French consulate, and on my little salary back then, I was saving money. When it was time to come to the States, I had so much money saved up that I was able to buy my own plane ticket. And you know, we don't get paid a lot here in Ghana. So imagine back then, which is like 20 years ago. So because I was naturally helping people with saving money, I decided to get my credentials, and for the last 5 years, helped over 400 families in the U.S. Really get smart about their money, saving their money, growing their money, protecting their money. Because I tell you what, even in the States, we don't know that. This is not something that's being taught in school. So even people who live in America are not money smart.
Oh, really? Right. So now we have this grand opportunity getting to know, you know, more about how we can. It's, for some of us, it might be reminding us, and for some of us, it might be bringing that awareness. All right, so let's first start off with this month in the U.S. and other countries in North America. It's Financial Literacy Month, and it's observed annually every April.
Mm-hmm.
And what happens basically, it's a national campaign to help the awareness in terms of our finances, all right, and to promote that education, and as I said earlier, make them money smart. And we're happy that we can, you know, be on that trend as well, because of course we are now an emerging oil, gas, and energy sector.
Yes.
And of course we want to know how to spend all this money that we're going to be getting.
Well, you want to know how to grow it and keep it.
Exactly. That is very important as well. All right, so how do we do that?
Okay, so
Let's get it from the expert.
thank you. Well, you know, have you ever heard money has rules?
Yes, I did hear that.
Do you know what those rules are?
Some of them. But your task is to share that with us.
Okay, so many people, here's the thing. There's a reason why some people are wealthy and others are not. It's the gap is really information and access. They know information that the mass does not know. This is why we have 5% controlling the population or the world. They know stuff that majority don't know. And even if they don't know, they have access to the information. So rich and wealthy people are obsessed about their money. They want to make sure, they don't like spending. They want to make sure they're keeping it and they're growing it. So because money is always at the top of their mind. When I sit with my friends, they're like, oh my God, Odetta, why are you always talking about money? Well, number one, I don't ever want to be broke. And number two, buying something or going somewhere should never be me looking at the price list. I want to look at what am I going to get by going somewhere. Not, oh, well, I can only afford to go on this vacation or this trip because this is the price. Price should not be an equation. So we have to be more money conscious, and not so much in terms of spending it, but we've got to shift the dynamic of saving, growing, investing, and protecting that money. This is a section where most people were never educated. Again, even in school, I graduated from NYU, which is the top in the country, and I've never sat in a finance class. So if we're not teaching this information at a university level, and we're not having money conversation at the dinner table, then all of us are just coming up, get a job, pay some bills, spend some money, and if any's left over, then they attempt to save. Saving is never a priority. Investing is never a priority because we don't even know how to invest money, right? So there's a lot of information that was never passed down to us, and so because we just do what our ancestors and parents are doing. I can talk here about in Guyana. I have a lot of Guyanese clients. I would say 90% of my clientele are Guyanese, and what they're telling me is they're saving money, but my question is where are you saving money? So when somebody tells me they're saving money, that's good, but I'm going to go deeper. Where? Because depending on where that money is sitting, how much interest is it growing, and how much taxes are you paying on that money? So it's not just about saving. And again, Guyanese people are probably good with saving, but where do you think they're saving? I can tell you, they're saving in the bank, earning zero interest, and they're still saving in a susu, which has no interest. So I have clients in the States that are putting $400 or $500 a month in a susu, and I'm like, why? When you could put that same $400 or $500 in a different account and get 10%, 12%, 15% tax-free.
Correct.
So money smart is about saving with a different end result. You're just not saving money for saving. I save money and I teach my clients to save money where they're going to get a higher interest than what the banks are giving. And most people don't know where that is. That's why we save in the bank. But the place that I tell my clients to go save that money is where the banks are saving their money. So we want to look at where we're saving. We want to make sure we're getting high interest. And we also got to watch taxes. Now, tax may not be a big thing here in Guyana, but in America, it's a really big thing. Because if you have $1 million and that $1 million has to be taxed, now you're less. But if you have $1 million tax-free, that's $1 million.
And that is where the big guns like Elon Musk's and the Amazons get off with paying taxes because they invest their money. You know what? I've been following these billionaires for over the past a couple of years, and they really had me thinking, and I'm getting wiser in terms of spending, because rightfully you just said it. They had $1 million income, and instead of putting that money in a saving account, they invest further. And guess what? They have to pay zero taxes. So it's always a giggle for me when I hear the president of the U.S. talking about taxing these billionaires. These billionaires are so wise that they do not save their money so that they would not have to pay taxes. They reinvest.
Yes.
And they keep investing and investing and investing. When you get to the bottom of it, they basically had no money really, but their investment grew triple-fold.
Yeah.
All right. So, and there is where the wisdom comes in, and I think a lot of us here in Guyana need to start thinking about investing, because just the other day I was reading something. It says, where would your investment be in 30 years if you contributed $1,000 per month? All right. With an investment return of 10%, $1,000. Imagine where we will be, what the figure will be. For example, if I invest $1,000 a month over a period, it will amount to millions of dollars.
Yeah.
And little do we know.
And even better, if you're investing that money where it's going to grow tax-free.
Precisely. Yeah.
So, God, I'm telling you. So, again, growing up in Guyana, I never... and there's no conversation about investing. There's probably not even no conversation about saving money. So this is why we are where we are today. And with Financial Literacy Awareness Month in the month of April, this is where we have an opportunity to say, you know what, I need to learn more about my money.
Right.
I need to learn about, yes, I'm making it, but how much am I spending? Most of us are spending more than we're making. That's why we're broke at the end of the month. And if we are saving it, we're just by the fluke saving it. We're not intentionally saying, okay, when I get paid, 10% is the number that I'm going to automatically, doesn't matter what's going on in my world, I have to save 10%. And in fact, I automate it so I don't even feel it or see it. So we automate, we make sure that 10% comes off the top. Some of us are spiritual and religious. We have a relationship with God, and now the 10% goes there to the church, because without God, we wouldn't make this money in the first place. And then everything else, you pay your bills and you do whatever you have to do. So when it comes to the rules of money is, number one, we want to make sure that we're putting our money in accounts that are going to yield high interest, not the bank. I'm going to tell you guys right now, it is not the bank, right? It's where the bank is putting your money. So that's the interest. The second thing we want to watch out for.
Before you hint on that second point, I'm trying to understand here. You're saying where the bank, do not invest or save your money with the banking system, because you have to go directly to the source. Because people do not understand that when you bank your money with a financial institution, they reinvest your money and they get richer.
Yeah.
So that is really in a nutshell.
Some people have never even heard that concept. Like, they've never even heard, like, what does the bank do with their money? You think the bank is just sitting there? No. They're
a lot of people do not have that concept in their heads.
They're reinvesting it in products that we're even buying back from them. So your mortgage, your credit card, student loans, any loan that you're taking from the bank, it's money that they took from all of us and exactly, right? And then they're also investing in real estate. They're investing in technology. All banks are investing in life insurance. Right. When I tell people get life insurance, they're like, why? Like, no, you don't get life insurance for debt. That's another huge misconception. The banks also have huge assets in life insurance. They're not protecting a human being life. They're protecting their money. Yeah. So second point is taxes. Because again, depending on where your money is being invested or grown, how much do you get to keep in your pocket? If your money is sitting in a tax-free account, you're going to keep more in your pocket. If it's sitting in accounts that now the government has to tax it, you're going to have less. And then the third point is really investing smart. And I say smart because, yes, some of us are going to lose. But what if I tell you that smart investment has zero risk? There's accounts out there, and these accounts are, I don't know any in Guyana, but they're in the States, where you invest where there's zero risk of ever losing money. Most people have never even heard of those things. How does it work? I'm going to touch now on the IUL, Index Universal Life. When you invest and save money in an Index Universal Life, which is short for IUL, there are caps, so the highest interest you can earn, and there's floors, the lowest interest you can earn. So usually the floor might be 0.75%, meaning you will never ever lose. Even when the market go down, the stock market go down, the world crashes, you ain't ever losing money. Those are guaranteed products that your money will always grow and never decrease. So that's a zero risk. So what type of investment are they here in Guyana? I'm not sure, because I don't live here to exploit enough. But we want to look for investment where we can never lose. And that's something that most people never even heard. So for them to even ask it is like, are you crazy? No, but they are out there. So if you're going to invest, look for accounts where you can never lose. Your money can grow, but you can never lose. Your guaranteed growth. Now, on the flip side, some of us are greedy. So with these types of accounts, the reason why you're guaranteed to never lose, because there's going to be time when you can make more money, but there's a cap on how much you can earn. So I'm okay with never ever losing and giving up some upside potential of, yeah, when the market is doing really, really well, I could get 30%. But when the market is low, I'm losing 30%. So I'm okay with having a guarantee strategy where I could never lose and always gain with a cap, a maximum of how much interest. So for you guys that are here in Guyana, look for those kind of investment where you can never lose. I would say firsthand, real estate, you can never lose. You gotta live somewhere. Your kids gotta live somewhere. Your grandkids gotta live somewhere. If you've got kids right now, real estate, you can never lose. I'm seeing so much construction here. It's like, It's a thriving economy. And I keep telling people all the time, slow progress is still progress.
Yeah.
Every time I come back to Guyana, I am so pleased of when I used to live here to what I see today. Now, yes, there's political stuff and there's some injustice, but every country has their own stuff. We got our own stuff too that we're dealing with. But the growth is here. We see it. Even if it might be an incremental, there's slow progress is still progress. People need to understand that. So real estate, you can never lose. You got a couple of kids, or like me, you ain't got no kids. Still come and buy something. Even if you buy a plot to land and you never put anything on it, I guarantee you. I came here about 4 years ago and I bought a plot, 4.5 million. If I wanted to sell that plot back today, I would make double. I already made my money back. Now, if I had that 4.5 sitting in the bank,
Precisely.
how much interest would I have earned? So look for guaranteed growth investment. You can't go wrong with land. We always heard our granny say, land, you don't have to feed it, right? Land don't spoil.
True, yeah.
So invest in a piece of plot. Get you some piece of real estate. And I know I'm saying it like it's easy breezy. So this is when we got to start thinking, I need to make more money. Even if you got a nice cushion job, make more money. One job is too close to being broke. Because you could go to work one day, they close down the business.
Yeah.
Or you could go to one day and they hire somebody else because they could get that person cheaper. So again, when I was growing up in Guyana, there was no mention of getting a second or a third job. Information is so prevalent with technology. When you finish your teaching job over here, if you work 9 to 3 or 9 to 4, find something else to do to bring in extra money.
And that's a challenge because a lot of persons who would have been on a contract or contracted, that's a clause in their contract that this is it.
Okay, so all right. So let's say you work somewhere, because I used to work in a hotel. I was a corporate hotel exec for several years, about 18 years. And in our contract said we cannot go work or do anything part-time with another hotel agency.
But anything outside of
So
that.
find something else. Wherever there's a will, there's a way. Listen, I don't care if you got to make some tambourine ball and put it in front of your gate and sell that tambourine ball, or some pickle mango gooseberry. I will buy it because I'm eating up everything right now, right? So the idea is you got to find another way to make income. So there's 3 things you can do when you're brainstorming. What else can I do besides my day job? What are you good at?
Yeah.
What are you good at? You can teach it. You can make something.
You have to be able to sell yourself. You
Yes.
have to market yourself.
Exactly. So this is why you want to look at what are you good at, right? So whatever you're good at. When I was little, everybody said you was a chatterbox. You always talking. Well, guess what? I get paid to talk now. So that's what I was good at.
All the time.
You see? So if you're good at whatever you're good at, find a way to see how you could market yourself, how you could make something, how you could teach something, how you could sell something. And find that source of income to complement whatever you're doing. And now that second income is what you're going to use to start investing. Buy your plot, buy a piece of land, start seeing how you could, get a house. If we're going to borrow money, we want to borrow money strategically. So if I'm going to go to the bank to borrow a loan at 4%, whatever I'm going to do with this money better give me more than 4%.
Yep.
So for some of us, we may, you may say, well, that is not so easy. I got to do this. I got to do that. Life is not easy. Find a way.
Because the aim is to get rich.
The aim is to get
Let's
rich.
Get rich. And you know what? Shed some light on this for me. Liabilities, because you hear the billionaires talking about investing. And they're also pointing to liabilities, things that are necessity that can take money instead of help us make money. Talk to us about that.
So liability is anything that's going to take money out of your pocket, and this is one of the areas where a perfect example is at home. Mm-hmm. If you bought in America, most people, when they buy their first home, they're so excited. They don't want to rent. They want to take up the whole house. Well, guess what? You're going to be paying that mortgage by your whole self. So if you're going to buy, I remember my first home. My first home is a multi-property. So we had 1 floor at the top, 2-bedroom, and then we had another floor at the bottom, which is a studio. That's income coming in. I don't need to stay in the whole house.
Precisely.
So anything that you're gonna buy, especially if it's a big purchase like a house, a mortgage, make sure it's putting money in your pocket. So I love to give examples of, if you're gonna buy a house, especially your first house, don't get caught up in your emotional feelings. Oh, I want this nice big house. No. Get you something that you could rent out a floor, that you could rent out a room. So if your mortgage is $2,200 plus, with that person renting giving you $1,000, now it's an asset.
Yep.
Money is coming in. Otherwise, you're gonna be just 100% putting out on your own. And some people
source of really that income.
Exactly. So if we're gonna spend money, or if we're gonna invest money, we want to make sure that it's bringing us more money. So goal. Let's talk about investing. So maybe you have some money that you want to invest in. Buy you some gold, make some jewelry, sell. You can't go, certain things, it's a no-brainer. You cannot go wrong. How could you ever go wrong with gold, with land, with, maybe you start a farm, or even if it's planting food or selling some, some chicken, some pig, some goat, something. There's certain things you can't go wrong. People got to eat. They got to buy meat. They got to buy chicken. So guys, you got to start thinking investing. Invest your money smart. That's going to bring you more money. If you're going to go to the bank to borrow money, make sure you're really using the bank money to make more money, because the bank is using your money to also make more money.
A lot more too.
Right?
A lot more too.
Yeah.
All right, man. We had a really great conversation, and I'm happy that you came and you were able to shed some more light, and bring that encouragement to persons, the education, the awareness that we so need. And some of us, as I said, we just need a reminder about these things. So it was really, really lovely talking with you. And when you're back in Guyana, do come again.
I will be back a lot more. Listen, today I was on my balcony doing some work on my laptop, and I'm like, I messaged some of my friends back home, and they're like, "Oh, that is really cool." I'm like, "Oh my God!" Like, I'm thinking of extending my trip because it's so nice and warm here.
I know. I heard it's kind of chilly in New York.
Yeah, it's like 40 degrees. I'm not looking forward, but the money got to be made, because that's where the big money is. And I want to close off on saying, there's a lot of foreigners in the country right now, and for the people who live in Guyana, if you have family abroad, have them get in touch with me if they have kids. I was talking to my cousin who's in Barbados, and he said, my daughter lives in Connecticut. And I said, have your daughter, mom, get in touch with me, because I'm going to show her how to make my little niece a millionaire. Now, with the IUL, again, it's about saving your money smart. Anybody that has a kid that you guys know, if you are living here in Guyana and you have families abroad, or maybe you're living abroad and you have kids, get in touch with me so I can show you how, by you saving smart, your child can be a millionaire in their adult life. All my nieces and nephews are set up to be millionaires, tax-free in their adult life. By me helping my nieces and nephews, they're going to have a better future than when they get to my age.
Yeah. So how can persons make contact with you?
Okay, so my phone number is 973-842-7927. Again, 973-842-7927. You guys can also go to my website. It is odetaking.com, odetaking.com. And if you don't, you're going to be broke, because I'm going to show you how to make this money, how to save this money, how to grow this money, how to protect it. And also, if you live in Guyana, like I said, you have friends and families abroad, I could work with your friends and families abroad to help them make more money, because guess what? If you got a cousin in America who's wealthy or who's doing well, when you call, she forget to top up. What do you think? You have a high probability of getting the top up because she's doing well, okay? But if she's broke, don't even waste your time calling. Keep your digital minutes and call somebody else.
All right. So thank you so much for coming on board with us today. And for persons out there, we have a ton of people right across the U.S. who always listen, who's always locked in. Let me see if I can grab a couple of names quickly. We have Mr. Chesley in New York.
Hey, New York. Yes. Big up New York.
All right. We have Miss Carol in Florida. Miss Carol in Barbados, Ricky Green in Queens, New York.
Wow.
Let's see who else we have. Peg in Miss Peg in Connecticut. Let's see who else we have here. We have Mr. Winston in Connecticut as well. Trev in the BVI. So Mr. Murray in Texas. We have people all across the U.S. always listening. And
Awesome.
these are people who always message every single day.
Really?
They say, hi, we're here, we're listening, your light is on.
Wow. Now, do they know?
Brooklyn. Hey,
Hey,
thank you for inviting
Brooklyn.
me.
Big up yourself, Brooklyn. Listen, do they know about your event that's coming up, the Mother's Day?
Yeah, we've been talking about it. We've
Okay.
been talking about it. We've been advertising it. So
Okay.
will you be here on Sunday?
I will be here, and in fact, I spoke with Bobby. We're making it very generous because you guys know I'm really big on giving back to the community.
Very
Every
nice.
time I come to Guyana, I try to find something to contribute so that it goes a long way. So when he told me about this, I'm like, it's perfect. So this could be one of the things that I can sponsor. So guys, this radio station 104.1 Lite FM is doing a Women's Mother's Day hamper project.
Yeah.
And from what Bobby told me, they're pretty good. They're pretty good hamper. I was like, I want one myself. So it's only 2,000 Guyana dollars, which is like what, $10 US,
Correct.
right?
Yeah.
So you guys that are watching on Facebook, on whichever land, please get in touch with the radio station. Y'all could afford $10 if you're living in the States, okay? Connecticut, Philadelphia, Miami, Texas, New York, of course. Y'all already know. Please donate to this cause, right? And it's going to the Mother's Day Hamper Project. Are they single women or just moms in general?
Moms in general.
Moms in general.
But we're targeting single moms.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Single moms.
Single mom, oh my God. Listen, guys, single moms rock. I mean, mom in general rock, but single mom, I think they rock even more because it's a lot to be a single mom and having to be like a mom and dad and finding food, finding clothes, like just that's a mental thing. Just it's a lot. So we definitely will be there. We'll be supporting, and I'm just reaching out to everyone on social media. Get in touch with the radio station and make a contribution, guys. Make a contribution so we can impact more single mom, and I'm sure it's gonna put a really good smile on the kids' face as well.
All right, so we have Mervyn locked in from Brooklyn. He says, I'm going to link with you, data. I got you locked.
Ooh, awesome.
All right, so for persons who would want to donate, we will be sending the information because we have a Zelle account. Persons can make a donation.
Really? So
Yes,
can you tell us? Let's tell them the Zelle account so they
Well,
can.
I have to get it from Mr.
Oh, you do?
Mayor because
Okay,
he has
okay.
to make some adjustments
Yeah.
and all of that. So
Awesome.
today tickets go on sale from today. So
Okay.
persons who are, very early this morning we had persons already coming in to get their
Wow.
tickets. They already paid for their tickets.
Wow.
And, so it's gonna be a big deal.
Nice.
It's all about giving back to our mothers and for our single parents as well.
Yes.
So man, we can't go wrong at all.
No,
So
no,
we will be
no.
sharing very soon. We'll be sharing that Zelle account number with our listeners. And yes, we have Lavon from Grove, Lavon Calder from Grove. Good morning to you. She says it's all about the money. Oh yes.
That's right. You better stack these coins.
We have to. All right, yeah. So Mr. Chesney from New York, we'll be giving you the information as to how you can donate. And of course, we wish if you could have been here as well. All right. So yes, we'll be sharing that information with you soon. But the persons in Guyana, tickets are available. So make your way down to Lite FM and you can uplift your ticket. All right, $2,000. That's not.
Nope.
It's
nothing.
Yes. So
It's
and
nothing.
we will be there. We'll be pumping everything up because it's all about the Lite FM. Do you know our family is so huge? We have so many silent listeners. Sometimes they meet you. Only this morning,
Wow.
I met someone in the bank this morning, and they said, "Oh my gosh, I listen to you every single day." I said, "But you never texted." She said, "No, I just love listening. I just stay in my little corner and do my thing, but my light is never turned off." So it's good to know that, and there are tons of people out there who do that as well. And sometimes we get some of them to say hi, and I'm happy that they do.
Yeah.
So it's happening on the light.
Your
this
work,
Sunday.
your work goes a long way. Trust me. Even when you think sometimes people aren't listening, it goes a long way.
long
There's a
way.
lot of silent people out there just listening, but they're not very vocal. So keep up the good job, and thanks for having me today.
All right then, and safe journey back. See you on Sunday though. So we have man, we're going to be having lots of fun. Don't worry.
Awesome.
All right then. So yes, we would have missed our classified ads segment at 10 hours and 30, but we will do that in just a bit. So stay tuned.
Thank you, y'all.